Hello, my name is H.E. Roselle, and I'm the author of the Benton County series. Sundown on Benton County is the last of the series, and it is a book of short stories. And this is the first of 5 videos that will reveal the backstory of all those 12 short stories. Now, the first story, Slow Walk, is a love story. Imagine with me, if you will, a beautiful, streetwise black prostitute who looks a lot like Beyonce. And a quiet, naive, scholarly, white, part-time mortician. And they're riding together across the country in an antique hearse. With a rotting corpse in the back. What could be more romantic? Sounds like the beginning of a good story. Technically, Slow Walk is a novella. It was meant to be a standalone novel, but the characters ended the story before it reached the proper length for a novel. Once you give characters a personality, they take control of the progression of the storyline. My son, the author, Lee Roselle, was working on a book of short stories. So I thought, why not make Slow Walk the first story in a book of short stories like my son, even though it would be a long short story, the first one. The idea for Slow Walk came to me while I was working on Sins of the Few, a previous novel. And I was thinking about, what does it take to be a good man? You know, we all worry about that. I came across the writings of the Greek Stoics, especially the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. It dawned on me, like it's dawned on millions of other people, how much the writings of the Stoics and the Buddhists have in common. One of the most profound similarities of those two philosophies that originated hundreds of years apart and on opposite sides of the globe was their definition of a good man. Loosely, they both suggest that to be a good man, you need to try to be a virtuous person. That's sometimes hard to do. And to live in harmony with nature. Their definition of nature is a little different than ours. They use nature for reason and life's interconnectedness with all of the other life. So it seems to me like for our purposes, we can just use, live in harmony with nature, try not to pollute the world. So I had this idea. What would it be like if a Stoic, a good man, and a nihilist? Now, to remind you, a nihilist is a person who believes that we came from nowhere when we're born. We live a meaningless life, and when we die, we just poof, cease to exist. What would it be like if the Stoic and the nihilist were traveling together? Billy Beck, the part-time mortician, is a Stoic. Denise Daniels, the reluctant prostitute has a nihilistic outlook on life. Now, along their way, they pick up an angry midget evangelist, just to add a third philosophy to the mix, and just for fun, mixed into the story, something to look forward to, a monkey gets eaten by an alligator. The story is based on this guy, the real Billy Beck. He is an old Wolf Bay fisherman. And the nihilist, of course, is based on Beyonce. Now, I've got a feeling that Billy Beck's wife would not approve of him traveling across country with Beyonce in real life. The reason the story ended sooner than planned was that the nihilist, Denise, evolved and changed. I didn't plan it that way. It just happened. That's what happens in stories. So if you're interested in the interplay of a couple of philosophies and with Christianity, you might find the story interesting. Or if you're interested in a love story with unexpected, steamy, hot sex, you might also find the story interesting. Both paperback and ebook versions of this book are available on Amazon and Books A Million and any other places where you buy books. And Backwaters, my son's story, Backwaters, 12 Murky Tales, a good one, by Lee Roselle, is also available at those outlets. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.